Welcome back to our eSIM video series. I'm Märt from IoT and I'm happy to have Roger here from Able Device.
Thank you.
So let's talk in general about the eSIM. Who do you think is running the eSIM show in the field of IoT?
The eSIM is clearly being driven by the OEMs and enterprises, what I refer to in classic economic terms as the demand side. So you have the supply side, the suppliers of connectivity, which would be your mobile network operators, and the models that they were working in weren't working very well from a logistics standpoint for large global OEMs or enterprises as far as providing services. An example would be an automotive company. You want to build one version of a car and be able to ship it to wherever there's demand around the world. But you can't say, well, I can only sell this car in Germany because it has a German SIM in it. It makes no sense. Or to wait until you ship the car to where it's going to be deployed and then have to restage it, get under the engine or something like that to swap SIM cards. The eSIM takes away those pain points and makes the supply chain for global devices that are being shipped around the world much more efficient.
Yeah, totally agreed. So definitely the demand side of the market is there, but in our opinion, the supply side is still the weak part of the chain, because of course the telco, although the eSIM framework and everything is set in place, but of course telcos are a bit reluctant to come along and actually implement this on the market. So that's why IoT comes in as well to act as an aggregator who is dealing with different telecom services, bundling them together and then trying to meet the demand on the market.
Yeah, and I think there's a real need for a company such as yours to be able to do that, because the operators aren't going to do that themselves. Number one, they're going to look at it, particularly because they're in their own footprint. Yeah. So working with other operators outside their footprint in other countries is not something that they're set up to do, other in a roaming environment, which really doesn't work for this type of model.
Absolutely. So yeah, currently, as we see on the market as well, it's so weird that each and every MNO or telecom is releasing their own eSIM, but it's weird to see that the only profile that they have on the eSIM is their own profile.
Yes.
There's no other profile next to it, so what's the point of eSIM then?
If you look at the major SIM companies, they see their customers in the future as not necessarily being a mobile network operator, but being large OEMs where they're shipping a hardware component into the factory that gets flow soldered on the board at the time of manufacture. But of course, then it needs to be set up with the bootstrap profile, the other profiles that are going to be on that version of the eSIM, and under what rules and how they operate.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right. Thank you very much, Roger, and stay tuned for new eSIM videos.